Evening all, and welcome to this session on the role of academia in shaping a future-ready workforce. What we have done is we have got both sides on the panel. We have got academicians, and we also have the people from the industry. We've got two panelists from the industry, and what we are going to do is we are going to understand how ready are both of them, to shape our future of the learners who are in the pipeline or who we are expecting, the talent pool that will the last 2 years in our working life, and of course driven by COVID, and they will be here to stay with us, and they will determine how working life will be in 2022. And we are seeing a pattern. The pattern which we are seeing emerging is that with knowledge workers, the people who work in our backends, they can basically work from anywhere at any time. Okay, and their lives have definitely got impacted. I will just share it how. And there definitely is a second segment, which is the frontline workers. As of now, they have not been impacted. For them, work life is as usual. They have not been impacted by this hybrid workplace, but maybe in the near future, because technology is now coming in a big way, they may get impacted. So what we are seeing now is that lots of opportunities are coming, new ways of working, new job roles continue to redefine the relationship between us and our workplaces, both at the store and at the service offices. So there are 4 trends which I've seen, in the work environment. One is the hybrid working, which I just mentioned. That initially there used to be 3. There are 3 models we can say. One is attending work at the service office or that workplace. Second is working from a remote location, maybe your home, etc. And then third is the hybrid model. And we are seeing that people are now getting a choice, a much more of a choice now to work from or choose a place where they would like to work from. A recent study found that 90% of the employees who were surveyed, including workers and managers, were happier with the increased freedom. And we are also seeing that this will now have an impact on what we call global war for talent. Okay, where people compete for jobs from anywhere, right? So if you are a knowledge workers, you really have to think that the world now is your oyster, and you can work from any organization remotely from anywhere. The second trend, which is very visible, is the AI augmented workforce. The World Economic Forum predicts that AI and automation will lead to creation of 97 million new jobs by the year 2025. But artificial intelligence will also augment and displace others. These jobs, a lot of these jobs will be augmented and they will be displaced. We will see the automation of repetitive tasks. Hopefully this will give us a human touch where creativity, imagination, strategic thinking and emotional intelligence will become even more important. What we are seeing in retail is that a lot of our tasks have now got automated. So what we need to do is break down our entire jobs and understand what are the things that AI will be able to do in the future and what are the things that AI cannot do. And then focus on those jobs or those particular tasks that AI won't be able to do very soon. The third trend which I observed is staffing for resilience. In the pre-pandemic, the priority was always to hire staff that would create efficient organizations. During mid and post-pandemic, the emphasis has now shifted to the creation of resilience, wherein you build in some redundancy and overlap in skills. The other thing that we are seeing is that there is a stronger focus on employee healthcare and well-being, including mental health, that will create more resilient organizations in the future. The fourth trend is less focus on roles and more focus on skills. Gartner said that to build the workforces that you will need in the post-pandemic, you will need to focus less on roles which actually group unrelated skills and focus more on skills and competencies that we will need for the future. That would really fuel your competitive advantage. So skills are critical because they address the core business challenges and with the competencies needed in the workflow to overcome those challenges. So here we are today, where we are all aware that the impact of the above mentioned changes have impacted every sector of our economy and every aspect of our life, affecting every single occupation and lifestyle. Today, along with my co-panelists, we will try to understand these following points. As the curriculum in the B schools, in the design schools, in the learning and the skills academies evolve to match up the changes in the outside world, does our education or vocational training reflect what is experienced in the outside world, or is it in a silo that has no connection whatsoever with the skill requirements of a real world job? Retail as an industry is deeply rooted in reality and changes with it. The customer has changed, as have the roles in the stores, which have resulted in a whole new set of requirements from a retail professional, not only in a store, but in every function. Are today's academic institutions equipped to produce a talent pipeline that can fulfill the demands of a renewed retail businesses? What are the roles they are playing in ensuring that the industry has future-ready workforce, especially amid a time of uncertainty? Is there a gap that needs to be filled? Yes, these are the questions we would like to answer our panelists. So I would like to first go to Dr. Gagan. Dr. Gagan, you may briefly tell us about BIMTECH, what are the courses they are offering? And also the question that I would like to raise is that how does academia ensure that the curriculum matches the requirements of the industry? Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. Nice points you have raised. Birla Institute of Management Technology is a 34 years old institution running 4 programs. One of it is program in retail management. We started this program in the year 2003, and we have completed 18 years in this particular space. In fact, we were the pioneers to start this program, a formal program. In 2006, we started with a 2-year full-time program approved from EICT. And that's how we launched this program in 2003, and we are continuing this till date. Very relevant thing you have spoken about, what do we do? In fact, what is our role in shaping a future-ready workforce for the retail sector? And I've listed a couple of things, in fact, that we have been doing for the last 18 years. We have tried to catch up pace with the changing needs of retail segment. One important thing that I wanted to highlight today is when I speak to the common man or the audience, who would like to be skilled in this sector, the first and the foremost thing that people think about retail is a brick and mortar store. And we thought this is something which has to be changed because retail itself has changed a lot and is changing throughout. And with that perspective, last year we identified 6 different sub-segments in which we wanted to skill our students and make them ready for the industry. These 6 sub-segments that we brought in was e-commerce and t-commerce, visual merchandising, store operations, logistics and supply chain, fashion and lifestyle, and retail analytics. And we wanted to give a new flavor to the audience in general, that retail is not only brick and mortar. Today it has changed drastically, and we want to make you future ready so that you can be absorbed in the retail segment with the changing nature of this sector. So with this objective, we threw light on these 6 sub-segments, identified them, and we are working towards improving our curriculum and providing inputs in these areas. Apart from this, let me list out a few of the initiatives that we have been doing for skilling our students who are coming to get education in this space. The first and the very important aspect is the OJT, on job training. We have made it compulsorily 3 weeks training that our students would have to undergo in a store in a real-time basis. And this is a continuously stretched 21-day compulsory training in which we have imparted 3 credits to be evaluated at the end of this training. Now, the objective was why not these people should have a hands-on experience on inventory management, visual merchandising, store operations, sales, billing, cash management, POS systems that are available and applicable, at the store level. And so with this intention, we ask our students to do this 3 credit course, which is a 21-day stretched OJT in a store, physical store. The second aspect is the short-term project. That is again 1 credit, which is what we have made it mandatory for students to undergo in a store. And again, they can choose any of those 6 sub-segments to undergo their short-term projects in those areas, and in which we then invite industry practitioners to come and evaluate what all they have learned in their short-term projects. This is again made compulsory. We also have compulsorily industrial visits, which is again an integral part of our curriculum. And if I cite even the last year or the current year, where in fact we were constrained to make our students go out in the area of COVID, still we did it, and we have made it compulsory for them to see a wholesale market, a large discount store, a logistics and supply chain industry, a warehousing facility, a luxury retail manufacturing facility, which is compulsory for them to observe and learn how it is mobilized and how things are practiced in this space. Apart from this, one important aspect that we have inbuilt into the curriculum is inviting industry practitioners, to take up at least 50% of the curriculum, which they would actually work on with the students hands-on. So that apart from the theoretical knowledge which we impart, our faculty imparts, they must also have an objective to learn from industry. And so 50% curriculum has been made mandatory from our side to be taken up by industry experts. We have developed, and that's again unique program that we have developed, which is a mentorship program, which has a duration of 1 year. And we have inbuilt 4 quarterly interactions in a year, where the mentors and the mentees will be interacting with the faculty of Center for Retail. And at the same time, there will be another interaction where the faculty of Center for Retail would interact only with mentors to find out what exactly have they imparted and what is the learning pace of students, in the 1 year time period. And we have made it mandatory, to market and hold meetings every quarter with mentors and with mentors and mentees. That is another initiative that we have taken so that our students get ready workforce for the retail industry. We have been also, not only the students, but we have been focusing on our alumnus. And to our alumni, we have been developing reskilling and upskilling courses, short-term programs, which we offer to our alumnus in general. Needless to say, we have more than 7,500 alumni across the world, and we have an interactive platform, online platform, apart from the app that we have, and we interact with them on a regular basis. Apart from this, we organize a flagship event, which is the annual retail summit every year. And I think Rai has been assisting us over the years in organizing this annual retail summit, in which we invite speakers from different segments of retail who deliberate and discuss on various issues. One wonderful thing that we started for students learning entrepreneurship is the Frush venture. And this is a venture which is run and auctioned by students to the juniors. So there's an auctioning system. The second year students would auction this to the juniors, and they would imbibe entrepreneurship practices and do all things, which is required under the banner of Frush. As far as the curriculum is concerned, which is again one of the important aspects of the retail curriculum, we organize 2 course revision meetings. One is at Mumbai, and the second one is in Delhi. And it is compulsorily organized by us to track the progress of our courses, to find out which are the redundant programs that we have or the curriculum, and then to infuse new learning opportunities for our students, in our entire 2-year structure that we have in the retail management program. Dr. Lawrence, I would like to share one very important aspect with you and with the gentry in general. This year, we took a step that we will identify all those important cities in the country, where we have the concentration of retail. And what we'll do is, we will send our students to those particular locations, and we will bear the cost of their boarding and lodging, and we will fix up their interactions and their assignments with the local retailers, in those specific locations. So this is something which we are trying to build a new. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we could not do it this year. But of course, next year it is in pipeline, and we will be bearing the entire cost and the logistics, for our students who will stay in those cities and interact with the retail brands. We have introduced a retail-specific simulation, which is termed as SESIM. SESIM is a retail simulation which we have introduced in addition to MarkStat, that is a marketing simulation, which is compulsorily provided to all our retail students, so that they also have hands-on experience in a simulated environment. Last year, we also invited some foreign faculty so that our students could be given a cross-cultural perspective about retail. And we invited the editor-in-chief of Journal of Retailing, which is one of the best journal of the world, Dr. Raj Sethuraman, to discuss some of the important aspects that is happening in the West and what is happening in India, and then provide students the overview about what exactly is the trend in US and what is the trend in India, and how do you compare that, and how do you take up those special areas in the area of retail. So we'll be going ahead with some sessions with the foreign faculties and foreign experts as well. Lastly, I would actually focus on the technology aspect, which has become need of the hour today. And when we say that we are developing a future-ready workforce, it cannot happen without the hand-holding support from the industry practitioners. We are in talks with a few organizations, including Infosys, which want to create e-lab at our institution. And we have identified Industry 4.0 as one of the important areas in technology. And we have created an e-lab within the institution where we want to provide inputs on things like cybersecurity, augmented reality, virtual reality, IoT, big data, blockchain, AI, neurotechnology, robotics, automation, which is all getting very, very important in today's time. Right. Apart from this, we want our students to leverage AI, but with human touch, because AI has to be used very carefully with balancing human touch. We want to help students to create communities, leverage AR, learn POS systems that are in operation, in-store navigation systems, inventory management powered by AI, maybe voice commerce, which is all very, very important and integral aspects of the retail industry today, which is changing in the changing landscape. And that's the reason why we have adopted all such techniques, including technology, along with the curriculum, and providing our students inputs in these areas. Of course, I will reiterate that this is not possible unless Mr. Gopakumar or Mr. Aniruddha Mahajan would handhold our students, and provide us right insights, and opportunity for students, to have pace with them. So thank you very much, and this is what we do at BIMTECH.
Thank you, Dr. Gagan. Yes, I know you have been associated with BIMTECH, and RAI also has been associated with BIMTECH ever since it starts. And we acknowledge the fact that you have actually provided us good workforce. Your alumni has been very strongly part of our entire retail function in various organizations at various positions. And please continue doing the good work. Like I initially and every time I visit your campus or come and meet you guys, I tell you, yes, the industry is there for you. You have to work closely with us, and we will continue to support you in all your initiatives. And we appreciate the work that you have planned to work in various regions. Yes, retail is now booming in small towns. I have visited retail organizations in small towns, or they are mushroomed out of small towns who are having 50 and 60 and 100 and 200 stores now, even in the east or maybe down south. So yes, retail is booming, and we need to go out there. And you have a good partner, that is REI. Please do continue to work with us. And
thank you so much for your kind words, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your kind words, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would now like to go on to Mr. Abhishek. Mr. Abhishek, I also, yeah, we have been working closely with Pearl Academy, and I can understand that Pearl Academy is in various, functions. Let us say you are preparing for us designs, students or candidates or workforce. You are providing fashion, and I would like you to tell us, is that what are the programs you are into, and how do you address this particular question that you have ensured that curriculum matches the requirements of the industry.
Absolutely.
Over to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence, and thank you, Dr. Gagan. It was such a delight hearing and listening to you, because many of the things that you mentioned,
yes,
I'll quickly summarize what we are doing at Pearl Academy and how we are preparing our students for meeting the demands of the industry of the future. So Pearl Academy started 29 years ago. We started 29 years ago. Right now we have more than 15,000 students, alumni all across the globe. More than 500 recruiters visit us every year. And what I want to talk about is that 29 years ago when Pearl started, it was set up by the industry to meet the requirements of the industry of a creative workforce. That is what the requirement was. And since then, we have had very strong industry linkages. We have exclusive partnerships with many industry bodies. And some of them, apart, of course, we talk about Retailers Association of India. We are partnered with Association of Designers of India, ADI, the Fashion Design Council of India, FICCI, CII, the Institute of Indian Interior Designers, then EMA, which is Entertainment, Event and Entertainment Management Association. Apart from these, we also partner with Adobe, Coursera, Business of Fashion, edX. So what are we doing to equip our students with the skills that they require for the future? 2 years ago, we have introduced artificial intelligence and design thinking courses for all students across Pearl Academy. We offer more than 40 courses across fashion, design, business, and media. And I'll take you through some of the interesting courses that we are offering. But across all these courses, artificial intelligence and design thinking, these are embedded into the course curriculum for all the students. We have partnered with Coursera, and we are offering more than 3,800 courses from top universities across the world embedded into the curriculum. So it's not that we just give a license. We have given the licenses to the students. We have identified which are the courses for the future to prepare them for the future, and have also mapped it into the curriculum that we are teaching to the students. Similarly, we have partnered with Business of Fashion. It's the only education institution in India that has partnered with BOF. And right now we are offering more than 3,500. Sorry, for BOF, we have more than 2,800 courses, again mapped. Design thinking courses are provided in partnership with IBM. We offer Adobe Creative Suite to all students. When they join Pearl Academy, they get full access to Adobe Creative Suite. We have international collaboration projects, internships in the industry. And as Dr. Gagan was mentioning, we send our students twice every year to the industry for internships. Many of the projects are decided in collaboration with the industry. So a part of the curriculum is such that students have to work on real life projects which are in consultation with the industry. Again, we have international collaboration projects. So the industry requirements, they come not only from the industry in India, but they come from the global industry. Because After graduating from Pearl Academy, my students look for global opportunities. They work across the world. So these 15,000 alumni are right now working all across the world. And many of them also come back to us. They come back to Pearl Academy to share the industry requirements, that right now this is the industry requirement. In future, 5 years from now, this would be the trend. This would be the requirement, and they share with the existing students. Talking about the digital and the tech part, we understood that future is digital. We understand that future will require people with the right emotional quotient, with the right empathy, but also having a mastery of the digital technologies and who know how to effectively leverage them. So this year, in fact, I would say about 1 month ago, we have launched the School of Business, which is disruptive, digital and design-centric business school. Now, what is unique about it? We have launched it in partnership with London School of Business and Finance. And the main objective of this school is to provide courses, business courses, which will create students to, I would say, grow and achieve more in a digital world with a digital first mindset to actually harness the technological advancements that are happening right now. So Dr. Lawrence, you also asked about some of the courses that we are offering right now. So every year the courses get revised, not only for the present requirements, but also keeping the future requirements in mind. Yep. That what kind of skills would be in demand 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So keeping these requirements in mind, the skill sets continuously get revised, and accordingly the courses, we keep on optimizing them. So we offer courses in communication design, interaction design, interior design and technology, product design and technology. We also have media related courses, digital filmmaking, fashion communication, UG and PG in media. Some of the new courses that the D School of Business is offering. So it's like the digital business and e-commerce, digital marketing, international business, business communication. And many of the students are actually working in the retail industry. And what happens is, many of the recruiters that we have almost 500 recruiters visiting our campuses every year. Sometimes students join one industry and after a few years, they change their industry. Because as you mentioned, Dr. Lawrence, in the beginning, that now the skill sets are becoming more important. So when they acquire the right skill sets, it's very easy for them to switch between industries. So these are some of the initiatives that we have taken recently. And I really look forward to working very closely with the Retailers Association of India and this entire industry, because many of our students are being prepared for this industry. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I would again come back to you and say that, yes, we are very much, thankful to Pearl Academy. Yes, your alumni is across not only the world, but very strong in India also. And we have seen a lot of our category heads, and even now a few of the CEOs are actually all past alumni of Pearl Academy. And I also understand how robust you are when it comes to content review. You have the annual meetings. I have attended some of those. I'd like to go to
Bhumika.
My friend, Mr. Kartik, Dr. Kartik Dave. I call him my friend because I think we have been associated now for maybe more than 1.5 decades. And Kartik ji, my question to you is going to be very different. I know you have worked across the board and you have been part of BIMTECH also in the earlier part of your life. My question is that since you already work with the Delhi government and definitely Delhi University also, and you have created your own papers, etc. So what skills or knowledge will be required in the coming years in retail? I would like you to, kind of give us a brief understanding because of the work you have done. You can also introduce the work yourself, and your organization, please.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I am Kartik Dave. I am Dean School of Business, Public Policy and Social Entrepreneurship at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, that is Delhi Government of NCT University, and there are just like other state universities like IP and DTU and all. As far as my area is concerned, of course, yes, I have been associated with marketing and retail for long. I am associated with the retail industry. I have been working in the field of retail in terms of as a faculty and as a researcher for last 15-16 years, I would say. As far as the industry is concerned, like how the industry has taken its shape in last 2 decades, I've been continuously observing. And what I found that what we used to discuss in early 2000, I'm talking 2005, 6, and what we are observing now, I think there is a sea change in the entire retail landscape. And that has happened because of various reasons. That has happened because of the technological changes. That has happened because of the overall sociological changes, which we all are aware of. And if we look at, I recall, I have been attending RAI conferences for long, and I remember not professor, I would say, Mr. Bhatt from Tata Sons. He used to discuss about what brands need to do when neither you are safe nor your possessions are safe. So we are, I remember those days when we used to discuss 2008 crisis. And that time, the Mumbai terror attack was also happened in 2008. So he used to talk that what brands need to do now, that whether they should take care of their people or they should take care of their positions. Neither the positions are safe nor the people are safe across. And I think we are again in the same phase of economy and society, where we are really facing problems that whether we should take care of people or whether we should take care of business. So I think the skill set which will require now, I'm talking about 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. I think again, apart from all the technological aspects which are already covered by Dr. Gagan and Dr. Abhishek also, but apart from technology, what will be needed in next 5 to 10 years? I'm more worried about that empathy, that emotional intelligence, and then compassion. We talk about the social skills, because we should not look at a customer as just for an encounter which will happen face to face. We all are aware that now retail is omni-channel, and you have to be in touch with your customer round the clock. So in that context, what are the skills which will be required? If you are not empathizing the situation, if you don't know where the customer is, how the customer is. So understanding customer from customer's point of view, that kind of skill will be more important in coming times. And right now we are working online. We hope that this hybrid mode will continue. And there are certain trends which are going to stay forever, what we have learned. But maybe after a year or 2 years, definitely we'll get back to the normal. I don't know what normal is now. But we'll hope that we'll have face-to-face also and online also, as far as the customer interaction is concerned. So that time we will need people, those who understand customer to the core. They understand the customer's journey, their experience. So when they will understand and they will look at from customer's point of view, then only they will be able to flourish in their respective organization. So what I will see in future, what I can see right now, that people would be more compatible when they will understand cognitive skills, technological skills, and social skills simultaneously. And social skills, we talk about communication, we talk about empathy, we talk about gratitude, we talk about customer experience, we talk about so many other skill sets which we will require. And we cannot replace it by saying that, okay, artificial intelligence or IoT or Industry 4.0 will replace the human. It can never happen, and it will never happen, because it's human who has developed the technology. It's not the other way around. So we cannot remove the human from the central focus. So if we will remove the human, then definitely there are so many retail services retail experiences will be changed completely. So I think we need to focus all these three skill sets simultaneously, that we have to improve the cognitive skills, because you are in touch with customer around the year. So your written skills, your how you are emailing, how you are communicating, how you are interacting with customers over social media, everything need to be taught and skilled with the future employees. Apart from that, the technological skills, I will not debate on that, because that is inevitable. We have to learn all digital, physical skills. And apart from that, how we can make them real, you can say, person who understands the other part of the business, means customer, stakeholder. Apart from that, how he or she works in a team, that is also important, because they are also their internal customer. So both external and internal customer, how you manage yourself. Self-control is important, reflection is important, and assertion is important, and empathy is important. I think when all these things will be together, probably we'll have a future-ready workforce who can deal with the customer round the clock, and they will not be exhausted. They will not face the issues of burnout, and they will be enthusiastically, with their emotional balance, with their good mental health, will be able to serve their customer, and then probably retail will enjoy the benefits of such interesting customer and service providers relationship. That is what I could see.
Thank you, Dr. Dave. Very, very insightful points. I hope the institutions who are working with REI or who are on these summit make a note of all these points. Thank you for your insights, Dr. Dave. And I now move to Gopakumar. Gopakumar has been with the retail industry, I think retail and the FMCG industry for more than 25 years. I have just two specific questions, since we just want your inputs on how we could carve out a perfect curriculum. What are the skills or the knowledge that will be required in the coming years, and what, according to you, does the industry expect from the academia? Just 2 points, be brief. Yes, thank you.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Lawrence, and fantastic insights there from the work that is happening at BIMTECH and Dr. Kartik, and also it was good to hear Mr. Abhishek out. I think already, the academia is really future ready in that sense, is what I could gather from this, from the pointers that came out. Before I kind of get into the question that you've asked, Dr. Lawrence, just set the context to it. I know there is a brief time left, and I'll be quick about it. I think it's about, entire consumer journey, the way it's changed, right? The consumer journey has not only changed in the way it is happening in the offline stores or, the online space or a blended space. It's really now the moment of OMO, which is, offline and online merging together. That's where we are today. The store of the roles, the role of the stores also have changed, right? With a lot of focus on safety and security, implementing, new store designs, layouts, which can kind of accommodate, the kind of consumers who are shopping at our stores. Also, contactless processes, implementation of AI, virtual reality, endless aisle, all the buzzwords that you hear about is a reality now. This used to be on the tables of, CIOs and CTOs a few years back, pre-pandemic. Today, they are definitely on the table of managing directors and CEOs, and, they are investing in these spaces, and their reality, which is being focused on in terms of implementation. Also, business continuity plans. This is something which, leaders really have to focus on. They got to be agile. They got to be transformative in the way they're looking at plans and not be rigid about an annual business plan, which used to be already there. Today, planning is, if not a monthly activity, a weekly activity, and a daily activity, and number crunching and, category and supply chain disruptions, which is all around us. This is what really is the industry is going through. And, in a sense, we got to be really alert in the way we are kind of executing. Coming back to some of the points, I think, we definitely expect there is a breadth of talent. Talent is required. Talent which can be clued on to the changing retail ecosystem and what is happening out there in the real marketplace is, really the need of the hour. And we can't just have enough of talent today. And if the fresh talent which is coming into our stores or to our, HO functions really understands the concepts very well, and not only the conceptual understanding, but also the practical, challenges in, implementing it and bringing it up to speed. And that's really required. So I think one word I have is, collaborate more, right? With technology that we have now at our disposal, and technology was not, Zoom and Teams and all of this that we're using right now, can really be used very effectively. And, we could have more people from across the geography and internationally to kind of give those insights to students who would be, enriched by those interactions. Also collaborate in terms of, I think Dr. Gagan mentioned about a lot of learning labs. That's fantastic. That is one of the points that I want to really focus on, learning labs, and really not just in terms of the layer technology that we have, plugins to the core technology, which is the merchandising management system, the supply chain system, the POS, the CRM, all of this. You could really tie up with some of these service providers in the e-commerce space. There are good engines out there. And there are, engines with drive merchandising management, and have this labs with, big operators like SAP, JDA, or Microsoft Dynamics, and all of these. This will really help get hands-on. And also for the academia to really succeed in imparting that education, I think retailers and operators like us should be able to share data, some kind of live data. I know there are challenges with that sometimes, but, really share data, how data is moving, how data lakes are created, how segmentation is done, how effectively a program is run, be it a loyalty program or, understanding consumer, purchase basket, how new categories are emerging. All these are opportunities which are there. So again, collaborate for data, collaborate for technology. And finally, I think it's all about, being as close to the, the whole concept of IRL, that is in real life, right? Bringing it close to in real life and what is happening out there in the marketplace, understanding the consumer journey, understanding technology deployment, and all of these are really important in my view. So I think, a long way to go. I think it's already on the right track, Dr. Lawrence. And, these are some of my inputs on the same. You're on mute, Dr. Lawrence.
Thank you, Gopa. Very insightful views. Definitely, yes, we have all been starting making note of your inputs. I now go on to Aniruddha. Yes, Aniruddha is representing Shoppers. We are all aware that Shoppers has been an institution itself, and I feel so proud to say that, yes, I have been part of Shoppers Stop in some way or the other, and I've seen the people that they have churned out. They themselves have their own alumni. So I now invite Aniruddha to maybe again emphasize what are the skills, knowledge that will be required in the future years, and what are the industry expectations from academia. Over to you, Aniruddha.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. I think initially when you started, you used the term service office. And service office is typically used by Shoppers Stop, considering that the headquarters is the service provider to all the stores. And, that is the, and you are also been very close to Shoppers Stop. And we have got many alumni, like you said rightly. Shoppers Stop itself has been a school of training because of its, tenure, or it's been the pioneer in the industry. And a lot of senior leaders have emerged from Shoppers Stop, and being at Shoppers Stop is really a big learning ground. That being said, I think all the points made by veterans here in the academia as well as in the industry, Abhishek, Dr. Dave, Dr. Gagan, Mr. Gopakumar from the industry, there is not much that I can add because most of the points have been covered. But I would bring focus only to a few things, or highlight a few things again, which you have made kind of summarize it. I think customer is more aware, and we all agree to that. And the customer wants organizations to be present where he or she is. So omni-channel is the need of the day. The customer journeys have changed. Like Mr. Gopakumar said, you can search online, you can buy offline, and are our employees ready for it? Currently, I wouldn't say that we are there yet. It's a long way to go, and certainly academia has been preparing from it, and the kind of preparation that they have shared, I'm really impressed, and we are confident that we would get good students in the future. Sorry for this thing. I think the challenges there for employees going ahead, or academia, or freshers who are joining the organizations are, we like to see how we can look at speed of contribution by employees and how soon they can join us. Currently, the talent for war has become global, and a student can be hired by Costco or by Nordstrom, Macy's across the globe from Pearl Academy, BIMTECH, or Dr. Ambedkar, and we would also be vying for the same talent. So for industry to step up and make sure that we are able to attract the right kind of talent, that much more effort has to be put in. What industry would like is curiosity, and how can we build that curiosity among students? Because today we are facing an omni-channel world. Tomorrow it could be something else. If curiosity is there, speed to learn is there, and these competencies are there, I'm sure the transition would be much faster. In the present scenario, if you're able to shorten our induction programs, and with contribution from academia in terms of providing internships which are in the organizations at least for 6 months, that actually increases it. I'm sure most of you are doing it, but that has been most helpful. I think course creation is one of the initiatives that academia has taken, and that has been also very, very helpful. And that kind of brings up to speed the students, and they learn faster. Something about how we train and develop our people. We generally, most organizations follow the 70-20-10 models. 70 would be experiential learning, 10 would be exposure, and 20 would be exposure, and 10 would be classroom based. If you are able to give that kind of environment and interaction of the students with organizations, I think the learning journeys would be much faster. Competencies which are currently in demand, and we focus on how are the employees more agile, are they more digital savvy, and can these competencies be imparted to students also. Specifically at Shoppers Stop, we'd like to see how people are fashion conscious. Do we have a way to measure fashion quotient? So we have emotional quotient, we have intelligence quotient, but I think we are still struggling to find out fashion quotient. And if we know that certain students have got high fashion quotient, I would be very happy to employ them quickly at Shoppers Stop. So having said that, there is some distance to go, but I'm very pleased with the progress that the academia has made. And if we partner in the same manner going ahead, this collaboration will help students, it will help the industry, and it will help the academia to flourish. So thank you. I think we don't have much time, but that's all from my side. Thanks.
Thank you, Aniruddha. Very valuable insights. And what I can do is, we are coming to, we have nearly touched the time that was allocated to us, but I can have a 30-second to both BIMTECH and Pearl Academy. My question is that, what is your expectation from the industry? Just 30 seconds. Gaganji, you can answer that.
Dr. Lawrence, as I had earlier also said, that we have been doing a lot of work in this space. The only thing is that we need a deeper engagement, involvement of the industry with our students and with the institution, so that we can foster long-term relationships. And that deeper association has to come from within. right? So my only take is that the industry should from within come up and handhold our students, and help us to grow. That's my
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Gagan.
Lawrence,
I think
I'll just
they
take
have been
10
doing it.
seconds. I'll just
Yeah.
take 10 seconds. So this
Yes,
is
yes,
my
yes.
invitation to all the industry participants here. We really look forward to your participation into our classes. We have a forum called Master Classes. If you have an area of expertise where you can throw light on the emerging trends, on what the future requirements would be, we would love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out through Dr. Lawrence, or you can reach out to me directly, Abhishek Sharma at Pearl Academy. And we would love to hear your inputs. We would love to further strengthen this program.
Thank you, Gagan ji, Dr. Gagan and Abhishek. I think we are already working closely with the industry, but what you say is that we need to be more collaborative, right? And I thank all the panelists also. Your insights have added value to the session. I think the objective of conducting this session has been achieved, and I look forward to having the industry academia collaboration in our future retail summits. Thank you so much.